Honestly, did you not read the colony policy that defined you as company property? That wavers your say in autonomy. The conglomerates got you in lock and key. We are a family forged in bureaucracy. No I in teen, but there's con in economy. Were you expecting adventure? Were you hoping for fun? My friend, you're indentured and pleasures exempt from your tenure, so venture back down to your slum. You should have read the fine print, my friend. Should have read the fine print. You should have read the fine print, my friend. Should have read the fine print.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to Manapot Studios. I am your GM, as always, Karen Rossmar, and we are joined by the Fool's Gold, who I shall allow them to reintroduce themselves, starting off with Flimsy.
Hello, I'm JStation64, pronouns he, him, playing Flimsy the Dwarf Mechanic, pronouns also he, him, and Flimsy's frantically searching for a Scooby snack.
Hi everyone, I am Crefu Bernal. My pronouns are he, him, and I play Yeva, the Sarkeesian witch warper, whose pronouns are she, her. And she is looking desperately for a manager.
Hey, I'm Crit Commissions, pronouns are they, them, playing Trix, space pirate extraordinaire, pronouns are she, they. Trix is confused. What's the best word for it?
To me? Sorry,
No, it's never you.
Howdy, I am Retro Chids, pronouns he, him. I play Jahir, pronouns also he, him. And after this week's pack facts, I may not be a member of the stream depending on how Chiron reacts.
Aaron will be fine. Karen's pronouns are he, him. I forgot to mention that. I always do. So, yes, straight into pack facts, actually, this week with Retro Ted.
Howdy. Right. I'd like to start this week's pack facts with a formal apology on behalf of myself, the crew of the Fool's Gold, and the RPG gaming community of the internet. On last week's episode of Fry, Free or Die, I referred to a prominent figure of the Dromedan Society as looking like a popular figure and icon of the Hanna-Barbera brand. Upon receiving a strongly worded message written on a dog collar, I have the following points to make. The Dromedan, heralding from the near space planet of Dromaratari, I can't say that, are bipedal mammalian species approximately 5 feet tall, with the weight of that of approximately of a large hound. They are identifiable by their long necks and eyes, which extend out on stalks, not just when they are surprised in a comedic way, being generally covered in short brown fur with black patches. They are skittish by nature, choosing to stay safe within the protection of a small herd. When threatened, they emit a deep moaning sound, not dissimilar to that of a whimpering hound. Even with their advances in communication by a spoken word and their ability to use technology, they still retain this herd mentality when in stressful and frightening situations. If danger is spotted, they retreat to the safety of their huddle members, excitedly informing them of the dangers they have encountered. They possess the ability Bolt, which allows them to move up to 5 times their normal movement speed in a blur of legs and fur. While Dromadas, a sapient species, are not considered food to other sapient species, there are a few evil, nay, villainous species that are willing to go to great lengths to catch these pesky animals, savouring their meat, which is reported as tasting like chicken. Crime is low on Dromedan society, the fear of being exiled from the herd and left outside keeping the majority of them in check. If through accident, attack or sickness one is left behind, they will seek out another species to form a strong bond with, especially finding kinship in those who are of a similar nervous disposition. Dromedan adventurers are extremely rare, fighting their base instincts to run in fear at every turn. They make excellent lookouts, first responders and trusted companions. Their fearful nature actually making them good at getting past security systems and evil cunning traps. However, the fear of danger, both real or imagined, is always forefront in their mind, even taking precedence over food. So there you have my apology, hopefully clearing up the air on how, unlike Dromadas, Scooby-Doo in any way, shape or form. No relation.
I genuinely can't determine how much of that was Pact Facts and how much of that was references to Scooby-Doo.
I will say that I wrote that at about the 20 minutes before we went live off air, and it wrote itself. It literally, that is what it says in the facts about Dromedan.
It is pretty much on point. It is one of them where it's like they're scared hounds, essentially.
I wonder if the artwork actually is a reference in that case.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
I don't know. The eyeballs on eye stalks is a little bit out there.
But
Well,
then,
they had to draw the line somewhere.
yeah.
Have you never seen Scooby seeing a sandwich? His eyes do that all the time.
This really makes
I
me
mean,
want.
they don't go upwards though.
It really makes me want to roll up a Dramata character based on Courage the Cowardly Dog. I think would fit really well in this species.
I think one of the other things is that like, you could go through because the Breda. What? Oh god, I'm forgetting names. Tarika, the space otter. They're also fairly anxious. They're always got their little memento of home fidget fascination that they carry around and are often seen with. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of other species as well that have similar quirks. It could be just hilarious to make a group of characters who find themselves in awful situations. Nobody wants to be there, but they always seem to come out on top somehow. I don't know.
Well, the Embry don't like leaving their own planet because they're xenophobic, so there's those as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's quite the mood that I was going for, but I mean, it could be a hilarious way of sort of like, there's these three people that are scared of everybody, and then there's the Embry who just doesn't like anybody.
We'll point out before we went live, Tyrone said, please don't refer to the Dromedan as Scooby-Doo because I absolutely hate that and I will kill all of you. So,
Welcome to the
If you
final
die,
episode.
you know why.
Knowledge of his final episode, the rest of you may stay. So yes, last week, I know where we left off. I can't remember where we started. No, that's where we started. I've just turned the page and remembered everything. You started back on Vesk 3. You took off and headed to Vesk 6, where you, Vesk 5, sorry, where you were going to be assisting Ythraxo in the movement of star metals. The thing is, when you arrived, you actually found Ythraxo's ship, the Wild Magic, in orbit around Vesk 5, in the middle of one of their storm clouds in a disabled ship. Fighting off a shard diver and assisting Ythraxo with getting their ship to somewhere reasonably safe. They then came aboard your ship to assist you guys in actually harvesting the star metals. But you were then to take for trade back to, or off to, forgot the name of the planet that you're on. The Matrax Republic.
Oh, yeah.
Lindel on Mirax. As well.
That's the name of the person that you were there to see. The Dromedan.
It's Murixa something.
The Marixa Republic.
Yeah, the Marixa
Corsic?
Republic. Quasi?
Mirax.
Mirax. Anyway, you went to the planet to try and find this Lindel with a surname that I cannot pronounce, so I'm not. It's one of them. Syfskoda. Give us a couple of more vowels to work with, please. You didn't find them where where you were expected to find them. You did eventually manage to track down a stall that they'd abandoned. Having pulled on some contacts, Because you also heard rumors that the Veskarian had requested that the Myriacs perform a shakedown on illicit transportation of goods, notably star metals, to this planet. And Trix, using their contacts and a bit of luck, was able to help trace down some underground marketing places, and found that Lindell had moved and changed operations to a location, shop.
Non-suspiciously named.
Non-suspiciously named Body Begone. Ostensibly a service devoted to the quick cleanup of unattended corpses. You arrived there, found the door locked. You knocked on. An individual inside told you to move on and not to bother them. If you had business, come back another day. You didn't take no for an answer. And promptly broke into their shop. At which point they barricaded themselves in the back room, which you promptly started to threaten to break down into.
I think we were talking them down, and then Jahir decided
I
the
tried
door
to kick
should
it, but
also be
let's
taken
stick with
down. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And then you eventually talk them down, and they open the door, and that is where we left off, with them being like, "Hi, I'm Lindell, and how can I help?" Ruh-roh.
And yourself.
It's great. We want you to help us help other people sell star metals.
I mean, have you got the paperwork to go with the star metals?
I can make some paperwork.
Fist bump flimsy. Just
Hanging around Trix too long.
yeah.
You don't just make these things. I mean, there's
Why
a...
not?
Because where are you going to say that you got it from? Huh? Huh?
Somewhere.
Desk 12.
Yeah.
Even if that planet did exist, it'd still probably be illegal.
That's true. That's a bad example, really, isn't it?
We got it. We got it from near space. Somewhere in near space.
I suppose you want paying for it as well.
I mean,
It's not a donation.
I could do with them. Donations, that is.
I think I have some biscuits in my back pocket if you want some.
I'm
know why
good.
this whole-
Thanks.
Situations happened with the rest of the sales being clamped down. Do you know anything about that?
Not more than anybody else. The Maraxian Republic is in an awkward position. If they don't want to start a war with the Vex, they'll figure they'll lose. They don't want to throw their lot in with the Pact Worlds without becoming a standing member. They don't just merely want to fade into the background of the Protectorate. So they're allied to neither party. And to try to avoid either one invading, they try to keep both sides sweet, and it's a juggling act. Sometimes the Veskarium ask them to do things, and they do it. It's the last I heard.
Rumor is though the Vesk that asked them not to do the thing isn't actually a member of the Vesk Council.
I mean, there's lots of diplomats. I'm not a member of the diplomatic order. I sell bootleg goods. Some that are a little bit illegal. You think I can get to shindig with the diplomatic council?
I mean,
The Vesks, they jump, we jump. Or they jump, and we have to deal with the consequences.
Be surprised who you get to rebel those with when you're on the right job. You said you're in need of donations. Aren't we all just? But is there any particular reason why you're on hard times at the moment?
If you have not noticed, my business is out of business for the moment.
So that means that's why we're here, to do business.
I'll buy the goods off you, that's not a problem. It's just, I've got to now get rid of the goods and as quickly as possible.
So if we were able to provide you with proper papers, yes, then you would be able to sell them, no questions asked, no problems.
I mean, it'd help, but, you know, they'd have to be as official as possible.
It's one option, she says, looking at the rest of the group. Other option? She looks back at Lyndall. Do you have any suggestions?
I mean, yeah, you can sell them to me, I'll take them, but it'll be difficult to shift. That's all I'm saying. I can give you 10 ship shares for them.
Do we know how much this... I don't think we ever got a figure on how much this kind of thing was worth.
It's a difficult read because it's a bit of a... there's an illicit element to this. It's hot property. So to a certain degree, you know, just selling this for 1 BP, you've got the cargo for nothing. Selling it for a single ship share, your profit. Make me a quartermaster roll.
Okie dokie. It's a 14.
Ten's not a bad price. If it was by request, you know, oh, I'm after this specific star metal, then you might be able to raise the price a little bit more. But this is like you've gone out, you've gathered whatever star metal you can find, and you're basically saying, here, take it. They're giving you a reasonable price at 10 ship shares.
We've got to pass on 20%, is it? To
20, yeah.
Your trucks are resin.
Yeah, so we'd be getting it for 8 ship shares.
Maybe we can get them up to 12. Wait, that'll give us the net 10. Have I mathed that really badly?
Yeah, no, that's right. If you got it to 12. Wait.
You've almost mathed it badly. You could do it 13 because 12, 20% will be 2.4 ship shares. So it'd be 9.6. And we round, and yeah, it's awkward, but yeah, it's not quite 12. But I probably led away with you getting it 12.
Well, here's a little inventory of what we've got. It's all neatly sorted and organized, so that'll save you a job. Is there anything that might facilitate you moving this on a bit easier? Maybe anything we can do on our side? Other than papers, of course.
I mean, get them to end this crackdown? Not sure if it's within the realms of your possibility, but it would help.
Well, I mean, nothing's impossible.
I mean, you're talking... I was joking. Taking on an entire governing body of a city is probably not something I would recommend.
It's a Wednesday.
I tried to keep my head down.
I mean, I do have to say that my professional curiosity is interested in learning a little bit more about this embargo. Why now? the narcissist in me says it is too obvious that we've collected star metal, and now star metal is banned for trade here.
We've had a real run of bad luck, but this seems a little bit more like luck that's following us rather than the usual dumb trouble we fall into.
Are you talking out loud in front of this person who's a bit dubious about taking your goods anyway, and now it might be because of you that this lockdown is happening?
Yes.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, 4 people don't have the capacity to cause a planet-wide lockdown. That's just your paranoia playing up.
I suppose you're correct. Well,
Are you trying to increase the price?
Yeah.
In which case, I'm going to need a round out of you of bluff, diplomacy, or intimidate to improve their attitude.
Okay.
But, role play it.
Can I, if I try to make up a little bit of paperwork to go with it, maybe that will help you get a better price for this. Maybe you can do us a better deal on this. As you say, there's an embargo on this. Might be the last load you get for quite a while. You've got the seller's market on this now.
As long as they don't come cracking down on me, sure.
There's always risk in business.
Yeah, I'm a little risk averse.
You sell slightly illegal star metals.
Yes, only slightly. Now it's become very illegal. I didn't say risk complete avoidance. I said adverse to risk. There's a line somewhere and I'm trying not to cross it, okay?
Well, maybe with a deal like this, you might be able to
The
avoid all risk
paperwork
in
would
the
help.
future.
The paperwork would help, though.
Pretty well. It's a computer's check, isn't it, to do a
Forgery, yes.
forgery.
Mm-hmm. Is anybody else saying anything to try to convince this guy to buy for a higher price?
Yes, I think with papers, it would be pretty easy for you to shift this stuff at a higher price. I mean, it's so hard to come by, isn't it? You make more money, we make more money, and you also build good relationship with us and your contact, gnomish woman. You got a name?
Everybody's got a name.
Yatraxo.
Yatraxo.
And she recommended you, said you came highly recommended.
It's usually her who ships these to me, on a semi-regular basis. So, yeah, because she recommended me, I'm usually buying from her.
All right, but she didn't say how pleasant and intelligent you also are.
Right. We're gonna want a diplomacy or bluff. Not sure. The Krifu. Flimsy, you can do the computers check.
Okie
I'm gonna call it a bluff.
It sounded like a bluff.
Yeah. That's a dirty 20. Dirty is
19
exactly how
from
Yeva
Flimsy.
feels.
Was that with your computers, Flimsy?
That was computer's check, yeah. It's a 6 and a 7 today so far on the dice.
Dice curse.
I mean, as much as I appreciate you coming here to deal with me, it's just business, okay? Looking at Yeva.
Yes, of course, just business. She forces a smile and nods. Flimsy, can you get the papers drawn up?
Yes, of course. I'll get something. Any particular official regency or title you want to put in?
I mean, no, I'm good. As long as you make the paperwork look like it's not come from the Veskarium, I'll be fine.
It scribbles out like 3 or 4 Vesk names and put something different in.
Put something
From
Dwarven,
writing,
Asteroid, X5, clan name McLeod.
The Hard Scrabble Collective is one.
There you
They're
go.
freelance.
Yeah. On behalf of the Hard Scrabble Collective, we've collected these star medals and passed them on to you.
Could I maybe use my corporate agent skill to aid with this forgery?
Ooh.
Yeah.
If I know, like maybe she's seen contracts from the Hard Scrabble Collective before, or that's an 11. Nope. I mean, I guess that's an aid. It's a plus
Yeah.
one,
It's an aid.
technically. Yeah.
Plus
Sorry,
2.
been playing second edition, where it's a 15 for the aid.
Yeah, it's a 15 for the aid, and you get a +1 in second edition. For this, it's a DC 10, and you get a +2.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I try not to GM multiple systems. They've got so many very similar rules, but very different mechanical outputs. It's just like, So yes, that's an aid on Flimsy to forge the documents. You've already rolled on that, but that helps in the convincement of the deal.
Like the idea that Eve is correcting, like replacing words with more like corporate fancy words. Kind of. Get synergy in there.
I actually
Yeah,
think
you
it
got-
would probably be more along the lines of not, because this isn't being a forgery. It's like there's certain terms that you can use rather than flowering it up, because people who are lying tend to use overly flowery talk to try to explain everything.
You want to think in clauses, if-then statements.
Sorry, Jim.
I was just going to say that Yave is just the space version of Grammarly. Going through, adjusting words, correcting. Yeah. Nothing vital to the story.
All right, so yeah, with the paperwork, I'll probably be able to give you 15 ship shares.
Seems like a reasonable deal for both parties. You'll make quite the profit on this.
Right. So where are you guys parked?
Yeah, over in 15B. I don't know. I don't know if we got a name of where we left it.
Can't remember if I gave you a landing designation this time.
The spaceport. For the
It's
bazaar.
right underneath the police station.
I'll meet you at your hangar in a couple of hours. I'll have help, a cargo truck, and your shares.
We've heard there was rumors of more secretive ways around this planet. Is there any way we could maybe...
And they're the routes I'll be taking to get to you.
Oh, well, very good then. More than just rumors, I see. Give him a little punch on the shoulder. I can't reach that. I'll give him a punch on the waist.
Hey, from Retroted's description, they're about 5 feet tall. You're not.
Yeah, they max out at
yeah.
5 feet. So you're probably reaching a little bit, but you could probably manage it. So,
Loses something in the gesture.
Can I roll a sense motive? How does he feel about taking this deal? Is he a little more sure about it?
yeah, make me a sense motive.
18.
He's a cross between being slightly more sure about it, being desperate because his usual income flow has all but evaporated, and relieved that you guys don't appear to be trying to shake him down or He doesn't feel that this is a setup.
Cool. Good.
None of us mentioned any like, oh, we'll tell Fireheart all about the good deal we've got here.
I recorded all that. We're good to go.
Both.
Don't forget, this guy can bolt and can move a lot faster than Trix.
Damn.
We'll see.
Challenge accepted.
Because that's a challenge.
So yeah, couple of hours meet you at the hangar. They'll have a truck and a team and your money.
Great. See you then, Lindell.
Lindell. Lindell.
Lindell.
Lindell.
Oh wow, I got that one spot on.
Not the grocery store and not the chocolate. Something entirely unique.
Turns out the Lindell price was much better than the Aldi price.
Right. So, what are you guys doing?
Leaving?
Before we go, I guess out of character, asking, star metal can be used for stuff. Is it worth seeing if we can maybe get some? I don't know if it's within the purview of the game, because obviously when we have cargo, it's like in untouchable amounts. But whether or not we could have some of this material to use or to sell outside of this deal, or is it just like a parcel to be traded?
It's a parcel to be traded.
Cool.
In this case, you know, it's one of them where it's like it's difficult for me to, you know, it's like you could, in theory, keep it all and sell it for credits, but it would then sort of like, how much am I? Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. It was more because some of the star metals are quite cool if we could keep some of it to do stuff with, but if it's not within the option of the game, it's not. It's a lot of work to try and work out what that's all about. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't want to undercut you and give you a negligible amount that you can't do anything with. Also, I don't want to overfund you by saying, oh yeah, you can keep enough to make one weapon out of it and then find out that it's like a 10,000 credit weapon.
Yeah, that's no worries. Just wanted to make sure we weren't missing an opportunity there to do some fun star metal bits.
Right, so you head back to the Fool's Gold.
I think so.
Does it look like we're being watched or followed on the way back?
Or any other signs of the Veskarian forces, or such as they're saying they are?
Make me a perception check.
27.
You don't see anybody following you particularly. You do see a couple of sort of like, it's not really Veskarian who have taken over the operation. It's the local enforcement, and they seem to be, you know, there's a fairly strong presence. And you see, you know, a couple, you know, so like 4 or 5 of them go into a shop, and there's a bit of a discussion. And if you wait around long enough, you'll see sometimes they'll be confiscating things or escorting people out. But for the most part, you're coming at the tail end of this. Most of the people that it's like known traders have already been taken and dealt with. But there's still that palatable fear in the air that, you know, we could be next.
Do we know what dealt with means? Are there any rumors on the street about what's happened to people? Are they getting killed for this?
They're being sent to jail.
Make me culture check.
Okay. Like if we've got Lindell into like life or death situation. 25 from Flynn.
The planet has a prison system, which is their favored method of dealing with these people. Sometimes it's fines, sometimes it's warnings, and, you know, to like, they'll be confiscating goods if it's like, you know, you really should have paperwork for this. You can't have it any longer, but this is your first offense, so we're giving you a warning. kind of touch. But they don't execute people. They have a rehabilitation program that seems to be fairly extensive.
Rehabilitation has a question mark under it, but it sounds interesting.
So yeah, unless you're doing anything else, you arrive back at the Fool's Gold.
I mean, we could try and line up next job, goods to trade, but honestly, the vibes here are totally off.
Yeah, we don't
There
want to
might-
be trying to do business while a cargo hold full of illegal star metals just yet.
I say we don't even try to do business at all here, and as soon as we unload, take off. I'm feeling uneasy.
Yeah, something
See-
sketchy is definitely going down. I'm just not inclined to find out what.
No, I'm curious, but I don't know. Ever since we met the Heart of Stone, it's kind of like I've been worried about, you know, iron hides coming our way. She waggles her eyebrows. The adamant scale, she whispers.
Oh yeah.
You guys have been doing enough coordination in your downtime on the ship to have code words for all of these things.
Yeah, I mean, if it's true what the stone lady said, that there's it's quite an expansive network. It could be true, but it does feel like paranoia. But I guess anyone's paranoid if everyone's after them.
Yeah, I mean, if the rumors here are true that whatever the representative of the Veskarium is here is not the real Veskarium representative, it sounds exactly like the things we encountered when we fought those two those fighters,
The Maulers?
the Maulers. Thank you. They seemed,
For sure.
yeah. So, anyway, I say it's best we wait for Lyndall at ship and get the F out.
Maybe we should make sure we're a bit more ready than we usually are for, and kind of suggest maybe a Jahir's advice or like some sort of, rather than I feel like we kind of just casually stroll around places, but more of a like an order to walk in and perhaps be readier with our weapons than we normally are.
I mean, I think just for the nature of what we're doing, Jahir would be sort of on edge, as it were, anyway. So that's paying more attention. Maybe we should set a watch on the ship, you know, or could we hack into the systems to give us a forewarning if anything's coming our way in the docking bay?
Give it a try. I don't know what we'd be looking for though. That's part of the problem, I guess. Assuming that they're all Vesk, we could keep an eye out for the Vesk.
If you were to use the Starport's facilities in such a manner, there's a risk of you getting caught, which would draw more attention to yourselves.
Let's just take watch. Set up in the back and watch out the window of the cargo bay.
Wait for our good friend Lyndall to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of scratches we can be buffing out the paintwork after our last few escapades.
Ugh,
You know,
that's
just
boring.
some honest traders doing some graft while keeping an eye on the area.
Get the cargo out ready for it to go, maybe.
Eh,
Refill the coffee machine.
at least yeah, at least be ready. I don't know about pulling it out and showing everyone what we've got.
Is it a public hangar? I guess it would be public hangar, wouldn't it? If it's thingy. So yeah, that's a good point. Get it ready to go, but maybe not actually put it on the asphalt.
And maybe you jump in your suit and we try and help them load it as quickly as possible.
Aye. Get Betty going. Readjust the seat after someone forgot to reset it. Jahir day, like.
So where is everybody on board the Fool's Gold or around the Fool's Gold?
And you'll be in the cargo bay sorting stuff out, getting it to be ready to quickly unload.
Is the spaceport outside? Or like indoors?
It's open there, yeah.
So Yeva will like pull a chair outside and like suntan, I guess, with like her sunglasses on, just like pretending to read a book or her comm unit, and she's like keeping watch.
Trix is gonna follow Jahir's idea of buffering the scratches out the ship to make it look like they're actually doing some maintenance.
You could always run an engine test, make sure that they warm up okay. But Jahir's going to be on the aft port stern. No, the right-hand airlock. Ships.
Port.
Starboard.
Starboard, yes, that was it.
Oh, yeah. Trix will be on top.
An hour passes.
When did they say they'd be here again?
He didn't.
A few hours, right?
2 hours pass.
Oh god.
Roll procrastination check.
Flimsy and Yether, you're probably the first to notice, given what activities you're undertaking. The ship has received a message.
Ooh.
Okay. And?
Arrested.
It's a link to the website. Don't open it.
Arrested. Help. Trank.
Hell's
Trank.
Trank.
TRNQ.
Yep, that doesn't help.
Do you know any androids?
Is that
Tranquilizer?
location the where maybe Lyndall was taken?
Who is it from? Is it from Lyndall?
Doesn't have a name. It literally just reads arrested, help, trank. You'd need to make computers checks to try and trace anything about this.
TRNK?
Q.
Q.
Thank you. Can I try and see if I can work out that at least it's from this planet? Because there's only really a couple people on this planet who have our number, so...
Yeah, make me a computers check.
Be an abbreviation? I'm just trying to work out what then.
13 for a natural one on the dice.
What number was that?
13 total.
You're too distracted with everybody, sort of like every time that you think that you might have gotten somebody says something and it just jars you out of your train of thought, and you get frustrated and give it up for the moment.
Keep switching over to his Rolodex, his digital Rolodex, looking for people called Trank. Have I ever met anyone called?
I would think it's more location. Is there? She'll start kind of like spoogling to see about like where. I mean, Lindsay,
Prisons,
you
right?
just we know about this prison system, this rehabilitation thing.
Give me a culture or computers check.
Do I recognise it as some kind of military or acronym or security
16.
acronym?
16 will do it. Make me a professions check, Jahir.
A 19.
Yeva. It's just sort of like filling in, sort of like, or spoogling, and you put in sort of like arrested, rehabilitation, trank autofills and auto suggests Tranquility Rehabilitation Center.
More and more Trix is hearing the words prison break.
Tranquility is a state-of-the-art prison complex comprising of hundreds of isolated facilities known as calms, each built on separate artificial islands. A massive hexagonal wall patrolled by drones and topped with anti-air weaponry surrounds the entire region.
Well, looks like we're out of luck. We'll have to sell our stuff elsewhere. As she sends
Well,
all
we're
of you
not
the
gonna go
link.
break him out.
I'm sorry. We have no idea what island he might be on. Plus, we cannot get our ship anywhere near it. What, do we get ourselves arrested just to go in after him?
Could be bait to lure us into a trap. He can snitch
Jahir.
us out.
With your military role, you appraise the situation. Infiltration of any facility isn't particularly difficult if you know what you're doing. You just need to find your angle and work it.
Well, I mean, we stole a whole ship. One dog-like creature can't be that bad.
It's true. We're rolling a lot here to save one guy. He seems to have been arrested before he's even got the goods, which is a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, I'm not, like, what on earth would they arrest him on the grounds of?
How did
He
he get
doesn't
the
have
message
any
out in the first
stock.
place?
I'm also slightly dubious about flying the actual contraband into a prison.
Well, can we get a map of the planet? Do we know where this tranquil island is?
Tranquility Rehabilitation Center. Make me a computers or culture check for that. Flimsy, you were talking to Trix about something.
Flying in with the contraband?
No, not that bit. Prior to that bit.
Do not recall. History check.
It was
I mean-
suspicious that he got arrested for not.
Oh, that was it, yeah.
Do you want to make a follow-up computers check?
Yes, I will do.
I got a 27 on computers to spoogle Tranquility Rehabilitation.
Ramsey will not be outdone. It's a 30.
Finally.
Aye.
So, Trix, you managed to find a location. You also managed to find more details about the Tranquility Rehabilitation Center. Flimsy, you find Lindell's arrest record. The Muriak's Republic law enforcement picked him up before he got transferred to Calm 93 by order of a Veskarium official named Rini Vaya. Renevaya.
Is that one name?
That is one name.
What?
Renevaya.
Minivaya. You also, with your 30, realize that this was far too easy to find.
Ooh.
Shut up! Ah!
I've got
Tranquility
Good friends.
structures the calms in as small island villages devoid of conventional security, with only a drone or two to perform maintenance and interface with guests. Each island houses 16 prisoners, and from their calms, inmates can see surrounding islands and their occupants, creating a sense of community with no risk of overcrowding. Every island has plenty of room for exercise. Many prisoners have painted the walls of their calms with murals, and everything from the paint color to individual room designs intend to minimize psychological pressures and conflicts. AI consoles throughout the facility provide counseling as well as advice on developing life skills, self-improvement, and routines to increase mental and physical wellness. Inmates can cook their own meals and do laundry on their own, but they can choose to have drones serve them too. Tranquility has an open visitation 24 hours a day, requires neither supervision nor observation.
this is definitely a prison, right? Not a holiday resort.
This is definitely a prison.
Hey, Zobin, you fancy going and getting arrested? I've got a nice little side job for you.
Quite willingly break the law. Maybe we could go and show the forces our star medals. Go and retire here. Look at the brochure, guys. Look at this. Massages.
I could die within the first 24 hours.
Wait. Flimsy, did you tell us? Did you tell us that it was too easy to find?
Yeah, so Flimsy, I've got his prison record and all the details of the facility, but I mean, I know what I'm doing on a computer, but I shouldn't be able to pick out this data that quickly. This is restricted information and fresh.
It's them. It's them. It has to be. They found us.
Yes, you ever get more excited? Relish.
It's a strange, nervous excitement in my belly. Who is this Rinavaya? Can I find her online or anything? And like, she must have a wiki. You know, if she's a politician of some sort, maybe.
Make me a computer check.
Computers?
Culture if you want to rack your brain for them, computers if you want to Google them.
I'm not trained in computers, is the problem.
You can still Google. You won't get very good, but you could ask Flimsy to Google while you rack your brains if you want to do a culture and Flimsy do.
Did I read anything about her in the news? No, not with a natural 2 on a 9.
I'll see if there's anything on the system about her.
It's like a personal invitation almost.
A4?
Nothing.
Oof.
The mystery deepens.
If it's even a real name. Kind of looking at the a copy of the deal that we had with Scooby. I've forgotten his name.
Lindell.
Lindell. Thank you.
Would your Traxo know potentially who this person is, or
It would take
Your Traxo's out of system. It'd take days for comms to go back and forth.
okay?
Flameheart.
Flameheart out of system, days back and forth.
We're virtually isolated.
Just say
Get
the
the
words
feeling
yes
the
decisions
and
on
they'll
us.
go.
You could, if you want, go back and ask Fireheart and your Traxo if you want. It's just be mindful. It's 3 weeks there, 3 weeks back.
Lindell could have quite the tan by then.
Or half, yeah, half of 3d6 halved there, 3d6 halved back. So anywhere between, so like
It's
1.5
3d6.
to 9 days there and back. So
No. And if it is the... are we back in the ship?
you are on the ship. You are
right.
consulting around the coffee table.
If it is the adamant scale, we must show no fear. No, we must show them that we cannot be trifled with.
Also,
How
we've got
about
Lindel
we-
in this mess.
We could send a message back saying, got your message. Left my speedos at your shop. Off to get them in a bit at 1700, and then maybe see if anyone tries to trap us there. Or
Got no return signal. Have I got a return signal?
No, you'd have to put effort in, and that would show putting effort in to figure out where the comm came from.
well, I mean, I
We're
don't
just paying a
mind.
visit to this holiday resort that you're not allowed to leave.
Prisoners aren't allowed to leave. Visitors are allowed to leave whenever they desire.
So we could go and visit. We even know what island they're on. Or if there's any way of shutting down these... Was it anti-air guns on the wall? I mean, that sounds quite extreme.
Anti-air.
Yeah, anti-air.
I'm sure.
Is there anything we can cut those down? We could jump in and out in the Fool's Gold, but
So, one of the things to be mindful of is if this is a prison facility, if they have so little direct control over these individuals, there must be some way of keeping them confined, or else people would just do crime and then leave, walk off. You, by all means, can go there and try to disable these things, but at the same token, likely every action is monitored from multiple angles when dealing with criminals. Criminals? I can't say criminals. Convicts today.
they've got those hexagonal walls. I don't know if they're in shape of hexagons or whether the walls are made of hexagons, but the system here said they've got that.
I also don't understand how it's got hexagonal walls, but hundreds of separate islands. I'm guessing there's a massive hexagonal wall around the edge of this facility, and there's a bunch of
flat
islands
Earther's wet dream.
in the facility. I can't. It's one of them where it's like description make more sense.
It feels like invitation. I mean, we go and visit. If we go through official channels, we'll most likely have our equipment and weapons stripped of us upon the visit. That doesn't bother me too much, but it might bother the rest of you.
True.
We're a delivery company. Could surely they need supplies, and
Maintained
it could just be-
backgrounds.
could be a drone.
A drone outfit. The front half is Jahir, the back half is Floaty.
Let's make some whizzing now.
And somehow learn how to fly.
Is there any way we can do research on whether or not jumping in and out in the ship will be possible, or is it very clear that we're going to get shot to pieces on the way in?
Make me. What kind of check do you reckon it is? The thing is, it's like, make me a, and I don't know what to suggest. The only one that I can think to suggest is Jahir's profession.
What was Trix's profession?
Smuggler.
Smuggler?
Mm-hmm.
Is getting in and out of a jail a smuggler check?
I'd allow it. It's just
There you
like,
go.
what does Flimsy want to do? I don't know.
Yeah, well, all Flimsy can do is Google stuff, and then I'm going to have like, here's all our weak points on Spoogle, so there's not really
Yeah,
much Flimsy
you
can
can
do.
bring it. You're able to bring up sort of like diagrams and details of what the facility is like, but a tactical analysis or a smuggler analysis is outside of your wheelhouse, I'm afraid to say.
There's no blog article of like how I'd break into the Tranquility Center.
Could you hack the drones, or is it beyond?
We'd have to be on the location, but it's not outside.
Does
of my-
anybody want to make a tactical analysis of this?
Yeah, I would like to do a smuggler's roll if you don't mind.
Go for it.
I got it. 29.
So, you know that the walls are around the edge of this facility with anti-air guns. If you were to bring the ship down straight down the middle, that would be outside of the range of some of these anti-air guns.
Do a halo jump in?
The thing is, that would be without a ship, making your exit problematic. The thing is, the facility has also got a heat sensor monitoring for engines. If they detect you, they'll send out a attack force to meet you. Tricks. You've dealt with heat sensors before. It's just a case of turning off the engines. Drop
We
a
just-
few
We just gotta
1,000
drop a
feet.
few thousand feet.
Turn the engines back on. If the ship was more aerodynamic, you might be able to get away with a bit of a glide, but you look at the Fool's Gold and it's a brick.
Aerodynamic is
It's not
not what it is.
No,
About the ship.
it's quite a lot like a hammer.
I mean, yeah, all we have to do is basically just skydive in the metal brick, and then I turn the engines on last minute and smooth landing. Easy.
Could we go underwater?
Ooh. We all picked up that scuba gear.
You all picked up the scuba gear, or Flimsy picked up the scuba gear?
Flimsy just picked up scuba gear.
The outer wall is in, it goes below the waterline.
Bedrock deep.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't want anyone getting in or out.
So yeah, our options are either going in visitors pass style or airdropping.
Do we have an out if we go in visitors pass style?
Yeah, so you want to leave. And so if you want to go in via the visitor style, visitors can reserve automated shuttles daily to transport them to the prison. The trip takes about half an hour from the nearby port of Adoba. Then, when you are ready to leave, you merely schedule the return journey from inside the complex. Visitors only.
Through one
How
of
big are
the
these shuttles?
consoling consoles.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we can hide the fool's gold in the shadow of one of these shuttles.
No, the full goal is factors bigger.
Would it make sense for us to go and visit Lyndall first? And honestly, I feel like there will be others waiting to speak with us.
Mm-hmm.
But and do recon? But then
At
do
least-
we?
Come on, sorry. No, go on.
My concern is if we go and there's others waiting for us, which is most likely to be, we will not come back out.
We'll be going in as visitors, but we won't be leaving as visitors. That's my
Right.
theory.
You might not even be visitors as soon as you get there, if this is indeed a trap.
Do you think we may
Because
be
I
walking
feel that
ourselves
Yeether
into
is
prison?
feeling that this is. Sorry, what
if
was
we
that?
went to
Do you think we're walking ourselves into prison?
I don't know if it's trap per se. It could just be way to, meet and have conversation.
what about if we went to meet X person on list, some other prisoner? Hi, I'm here to see Rada Findaley, who's accused of pineapple smuggling or something. At least it will get us in the building.
There was it like 9 people on each island?
There's 16 people per island. You will be on the wrong island if you visited anybody else. You don't know who else is there, per
I was gonna say,
se.
can we hack to find out who's on island 93 or whatever it was called? Calm 93.
You can try if you want.
I vote for Death Drop.
I mean, I'm all for Death Drop.
My only concern is, other than impacting into the surface and killing the person we're trying to rescue as well as ourselves, is are they being aware of where we're that we're coming to rescue them? But they've asked for help, so I'm sure they'll notice a 1,000-ton ship coming in to take them away. I don't want to really take anybody else though.
Well, no, we're just going in there for Lyndall.
We got like a little rope ladder we can put down just for Lyndall or something.
No, I think we would have
15
to
other people
land
on there.
and look for him.
I mean, the Lyndall only pass, its name is Jahir. Anyone else tries to get on the ship who isn't Lyndall, they get spananaed.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I just don't want us to turn into a jailbreak and get even more folks on our tail. But if we're just going after this Lyndall person we've got into trouble, then yeah, I'll grease the engine, hopefully get it ready to turn back on again.
It's only a small jailbreak, Flimsy. It's only a tiny, tiny jail.
I mean,
So, just gonna throw this out there because it doesn't feel like it's been considered yet. Have you considered the possibility of splitting the party?
But then
Yeah.
let's cross.
Yeah, literally. It was like we could do both, but then yeah.
Well, the thing is, if somebody is going in on the visitor side of things and you feel that it might be a trap, have a pre-designated time for them to contact you guys or return back. And if they don't, then the rest of you airdrop in. Just throwing it out there.
We could make up a new safe word.
The last time we split the party, Flimsy was just going shopping and it was tense as all hell. Like, I wasn't sure it was a good suggestion to do that again.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of like the idea of doing a halo jump. Even if it relates to the mission or not. I don't know, stuff for that.
You keep wanting to jump out of the ship for some reason.
Then let him. Let him.
I don't mind going and meeting whoever it is that has set this all up. And like I said, I've been curious from the start and paranoid, and it's nice to know that my suspicions were somewhat correct.
Maybe Yiva, you could go in with Jahir as cover, and me and Trix will get the ship hovering above.
Oh, you want a front row seat to the heart attack you're about to have. I like it.
If you think...
Can you exit the drift at a specific point? Is that...
Not accurately, no.
We could leave that way, but we would it would not go well for the folks on that island.
You can like TARDIS in.
Jahir, of course, is always handy to have around, but with so many drones and AIs and machines, Flimsy, I feel like might be better to have you along.
Well, that's a good point. I might be able to see if I can finagle something since it's all automated.
It's up to
That's a
you
good
two.
shout.
I don't want to force you to walk into trap. I'm only doing it knowing that Torix is doing their daredevil awesomeness up above.
Jahir, if you were if you were making this maneuver, do you need someone in engineering to get the engine boosted again, or is it all within your hands?
I think I've got it, but when we need to leave, you will hopefully be on the ship with us. So there's that.
So the Halo jump with the
Yeah.
ship requires a piloting check to basically get the engines reignited. However, that could be assisted by somebody either on the computers or doing a physical science check. Of course, this is Trix, space pilot extraordinaire. Are they likely to fumble this piloting check and be unable to get the ship going all on their own? Who knows? That's a question for the dice gods.
I think Besmara would approve. She's got my back on this one.
More and more, I think better for you to come with me, Flimsy. Jahir, your weapons would be taken away, and I don't know. It'd be nicer to have you on other end with weapons than you on my end with weaponless.
Flimsy's more likely to disable an alarm, a computer system, rather than chopping the console in half. Doesn't always get the same result.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, is Jahir trained in computers or physical science?
I don't think so. No. The only physical science is punching things.
Yep. So on the airdrop side, they're just going to be a passenger.
Well, good luck. I'm going to stay here.
Do we know if you're going to get disarmed on arrival?
I've got piloting skills, so could I assist in that?
You could assist in that, although no, he explicitly calls out here that it's a piloting check, and players can assist with computers or physical science. It doesn't say. But having two pilots doing the same job just muddies the water, as it were. Flimsy, you're making an assumption with the weapons being confiscated, although it feels like it's a reasonable assumption, but at the same token, having a prison that isn't open plan and sounds like a luxury resort also doesn't seem like a reasonable idea right now. So you're confused about the whole situation as to what's going on where.
Is there no visitation information or anything? Do not bring excavation lasers. Although it makes sense because you could technically bring a jetpack in. There you go. I'll take the visitation thing back. I'll see you.
There is a bit of a restricted items list.
Does it include engineer's custom rig?
No,
Cool.
because that's integrated into you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like they can just remove your cybernetics and say, oh, you want to visit this guy? Yeah, just stand really still for a minute.
Because I'd likely, at that point, leave my weapons on board.
I don't want to be stuck in the impound in this prison that we're going to be running away from.
Right.
Can you disguise my weapons at all? I was going to take a blooming thing when I leveled up that I could disguise a weapon as something else. And I wish I did now.
We could go and buy a glamour fusion.
True.
Provided they're not illegal on this planet.
There's tattoos, there's glamours.
That was last week's lockdown.
I don't know how much the tattoos cost, but they're really cool.
Or get a quick draw sheath in your wrist.
Just quickly have someone chop off your arm. Put a fake one on.
Or just lob the swords out the ship. Drop them down. If needs be. Care package.
Or
That's actually a really good idea. A good little care package drop.
or I go in alone, and Flimsy is on board, helping Trix with engine stuff.
I'll admit I'm not a fan of leaving the Fool's Gold to be plummeting without someone at engineering, but I think I'd rather know that you're safe either and increase our chances on the ground.
Can your mech suit survive drops and things and jumps and
I don't know. It does not explicitly say it in the item.
You'd need a armor modification, descent thrusters, jump jets.
Oh, yes. There are descent thrusters. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Not
think
sure
it might
how
actually
much
be a
they
Halo.
cost. Trix will let you know when you can afford them.
Don't know if that has actually space for mods as well. The basic rig.
Hmm. Yeah, I couldn't tell you without looking it up either.
So,
I mean, Trix is going to be relatively safe on the ship, you know, until go time, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
And the three of us can either hack, fight, or persuade our way out of most things.
We just make sure that we create a save point before we do the drop.
Isn't Sobin? I thought he was a crack pilot, wasn't he, last week?
He was an okay. He was a surprisingly good, but not a extreme pilot.
I don't think Zobin would be up for dead dropping the ship.
Oh, computers. I think it's a cooking. Sorry.
probably best not to let them know what's about to happen.
No.
The idea if we do succeed at this, Zobin will start wheeling off his trolley like he's at the next location. Start setting up to cook some food. Oh, get back on the ship, Zobin.
So
Before the
who's-
drop, Zobin hold on to something? What? Why? Poof, hits the ceiling.
He's been through a lot with us.
Unaware of most of it.
I think they've grown stronger for it.
They've had experiences, which is what this time of their life is about.
Mm-hmm.
And communing those experiences to the unborn embryo at their hip.
They're gonna grow up just fine.
So, right. Who is going to go in? Visitors pass through the front door. Yaver Flimsy. Trix, Jahir, you are on standby, far above the surface of the planet, out of detection range, in place for the ship drop, should it be required.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give Jahir a few pointers, or is it going to be pointless? is it beyond the 10?
Open the
that they can
door
achieve?
before exiting.
Give me a computers check.
Surely you could rig something up that just said, you know, Jahir, press here.
In case of emergency
Things
drop.
happen.
It's a
The
17.
thing is, this isn't a standard operating thing. It's not like he can just print you out the instruction booklet. This is sort of like, these are the steps you need to take to get the ship underway while docked or in deep space. Not while plummeting to the ground. So Flimsy, where are you at with that computers check?
17.
17. Jahir, if you choose to make a computers check, you get a +2 to it later on. Everybody try and remember that. I will forget it. Eva? Flimsy, you have arranged for a shuttle to pick you up. When the shuttle, you have also had to go to the nearby city port of Dover.
So we'll have left all of the equipment on the Fool's Gold.
You drove the Fool's Gold to get there, let's say.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
The shuttle arrives. It is unmanned.
As we walk over, Flimsy's going to stop for a moment and look back at the Fool's Gold and say to Eva, "I've got a feeling that maybe this is the last time I'll see her, or it'll be the last thing I see shortly afterwards."
You can go back if you're too worried about this, Flimsy. I'll see you on the other side.
I trust Trix. If anyone can get that thing to maneuver this crazy move, she's the one to do it. And I think, yeah, hopefully, doohickey like this one, and like nodding towards the unmanned vehicle, might be able to help out with a little bit.
As you approach, you are given an audio reminder. Please leave any weapons and contraband behind.
Already did.
Yeah.
Are either of you carrying anything?
I don't think Flimsy's got anything that wouldn't be considered.
So I think she would have left behind her backpack filled with grenades, her weapons, toolkit to I think the only thing she has is a serum of a diplomat serum of enhancement. It's the only thing she's properly bringing with.
All right.
Flimsy's got his various serums of healing. Other than one second, sorry. I've got a serum of enhancement scientist. Can I have given that to Jahir, please?
What does it do?
If you chug it, it gives you a +2 to computers checks. And you can check the skill, you can attempt the skill, even though it's untrained.
Okay, so yeah, you could have left that with Jahir. It's like, okay, step 1, drink this. Step 2, follow this. That'll get the engines back up and running every time.
Flimsy also has a shock punchy thing integrated into the armor. Shock pad, there we go.
Shock pad.
Which I'm guessing is just going to be counted as the armor. Other than that, all the weapons will be left over.
So yeah, you're leaving the shock pad in the armor, yes?
Yeah. And probably keep the shield on his back because it's not a weapon.
Okay.
She'll also have, I guess, her serums of healing.
Yeah.
And the spell gem of lesser remove condition.
Okay.
Guessing that's not too contrabanding.
It's a short trip. Or relatively short. Your stomach, to a certain degree, Flimsy at least, is in knots as you make the journey to the island of Calm 93. When you arrive, you... where is it? Here we go. When you arrive, you are see that the island is a couple of acres of forest, beach, grassland, surrounded by small whitewashed village. You can see individuals taking part in various recreation outdoor sports, or simply enjoying the pleasant weather. You can see a larger than the rest structure and make out the signage reading Welcome Center. A handful of drones fly nearby and to and from the facility in various locations. It's difficult to keep track of them all, but there's drones around and can be summoned for assistance if required.
Do any of them look armed?
The drones.
Mm-hmm.
Make me an engineering check.
19.
Difficult to say. Judging by the sounds of this place, it's called Tranquility. It's a rehabilitation center, and there's a very much sense of calm and relaxation. They're possibly armed, but there's no obvious armaments, but hidden away in the mechanisms.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
Ever get arrested, Ever? Make it here. Not today, though. Kind of looking at the sky.
Right. I guess we should stop at the Welcome Center. Would be most logical, no?
Aye, it's a welcome enough place, and I've got no idea where to start the search for this Lindell. Let's go.
So she'll stride confidently ahead.
As you approach, you walk past an individual. Purple hair, light blue skin, and smoldering eyes.
What?
Oh!
Yeva does like a double take. Hold up. Flimsy, is that?
It's Rishi, right? With the black hearts.
From Absalom. And Yeva will go up to her.
Yeva, Flimsy, so good to see you. It's been a while.
Hi, Rishi. How
Hi.
are you?
I'm good, thank you. Although, a little bit troubled, if I'm being entirely honest.
Okay, so how did you come to be here?
Oh, don't worry about that. That's not really troubling me.
We saw you, 2 weeks ago? 3, I guess. It's been a while.
Back on Absalom Station, yes, I remember. Dreadful business, all of them necrographs and everything.
Okay, she looks at Flimsy unsure. So what is troubling you then?
It's these eyes, you see. They're troubling me. I think I have erred, and I need to re-embrace my heritage. But they won't allow me to remove them.
You told us that you loved your eyes, that they were part of what made you unique, made you you. What spurred this change of heart?
That might be true, but the thing is, it was coming from a time in my life when I was confused and impulsive.
Weeks ago.
I think it's been a little longer than 2
Okay.
weeks. It's probably in the course of 2 to 3 months ago. It's not ages ago. It's not years since you've met them. But
It was the phrase. It was a time in my life.
yeah.
I feel like I would say 6 weeks feels like appropriate. Month and a half at most.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go back and watch the tapes if we wanted and work out. It's one of them where it's like, I keep meaning to go back and sort of like, this is a timeline of this.
It's been several weeks. It's a nice.
Yeah, it's
for
been a good few weeks, at least, since you last met Risha.
Well, Riche, perhaps we can help you. But first, maybe.
I mean, your visitors here, so you can make requests that I cannot. If you can put in a good word for me with the administration here, they might be able to see about getting some of the drones to come remove them.
Absolutely. But it might help us to plead your case, or we to know just a little bit more about how it was that you came to be here, of all places in the Marixa Republic.
I mean,
How did you even get here?
Look, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got an appointment to attend. I need to check in with my counselor. But we'll talk later. But yes, if you just put in a good word with the administration, that would be appreciated.
There is no war in the Tranquil Center.
And she moves, she wanders off to one of these whitewashed buildings.
Can Flinty do a medicine check to see if they're are they on something right now?
You can make me a medicine check. It's going to be difficult without doing a thorough examination.
Yeah.
I'm texting the group.
18. Whether it was chemical, whether it was...
It doesn't seem to be chemically induced, but it's one of them where it's like you don't recall a chemical that could induce such a behavior, but that doesn't stop it from existing.
Yeah.
But all the other obvious signs of psychoactive drugs not present. No dilation of the eyes, no confused thoughts per se. Just straight up, very much cheerful.
This is super weird, Eva.
Yeah, I might even radio our line if we're all. I'm sure we're all within range. And in a low voice, be like, "Hey everyone, we've just run into Riche, our old Eoxian contact from Absalom and the Blackhearts. She's a prisoner."
The hell's she doing all the way out here?
She wouldn't say.
She's different than when we last met her. Positively jolly. And something about wanting to embrace her heritage and get rid of her eyes.
See, look, those eyes.
Something really weird's going on down here.
Keep in your toes, don't drink the water.
All right, we'll keep you up to date.
Could you take her eyes for her? If that's what she wants.
I mean, I know the procedure, but I don't particularly want to.
Whimsy is the most reluctant medic. Continuing towards the visitor center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any chance, Trix, you've got computers?
Mm-hmm.
Can you potentially pull up her arrest record?
You can try.
Give me a computer check.
Begins with a C. There we go. 15?
Mariak's Republic law enforcement picked them up, and they were transferred to CALM 93. No further details.
Nothing. They just picked her up and brought her here.
All right. Thanks for looking. We'll keep you updated.
Keep an eye out. How trippy would it be if everyone we've come into contact with is here?
No, don't put that in my head.
Can you see any goblins?
Quick look around. Any hobgoblins?
Yeah.
Any goblins?
Make me a perception check.
Can I roll for
Somebody's gonna walk
paranoia?
around as well.
4.
Whimsy, are you looking around for goblins?
Definitely the 18.
You don't see any goblins, but on the air you can hear the sound of music, a brass instrument, several brass instruments.
They sound familiar.
No, not in the slightest.
Do they sound experimental?
They sound respectable, but
What if they wanted to
beginner.
make a? One of them wanted to make like a brass band thing, though.
Oh god. Oh god. Let's go to the welcome center. I'm freaking out. This was a mistake. We should have just left.
We've walked into something here.
you arrive at the welcome center. There is a colorful map listing, or the key, the legend, that's what they're called. Key is a legend, I can't remember. Legend. That shows the nearby facilities, the community center, the commissary, not sure what that is, should I Google it? An examination room, and then a full list of the visitors, of the guest rooms, which, you know, they're the buildings scattered around the periphery of this facility, with 16 name tags, a couple of them blank.
A couple of them blank, sorry.
Yeah, a couple of the name tags are blank.
Do we see
So a
any?
couple as in 2, or a couple as in a few?
A few.
Okay.
I'd have to get out the... Look, I don't have 16 fingers, okay? I got 10 fingers and 10 toes, and I'd have to take my socks off, okay?
Do we see any names that we recognize? So we saw, maybe we see Riche, and we see, hopefully, Lindell.
You see Lindell, you see Riche, you see Fleagreep, Droog, Rattlesnark, Ishvario, Reagan Vull, Kamilar Gravdar, and Dari, and Shazrad Quamp.
Shazrads.
The
doctor,
Skittermenter.
Yeah.
Freaking Mega Man's here. What the hell?
Megamind, what?
Oh, wait.
Carmen Adami.
Pictures.
Fireheart, did you say, sorry?
Fireheart.
FIO, yeah.
What?
Oh my god, so everyone. Ah!
Are we still in the holodeck?
You're in serious grief here for Eva.
And you said you didn't want to turn this into a full-blown prison break.
No, I was wrong. I was wrong. Maybe not Reagan, but you know.
Trix fucking called it. 5 minutes before the reveal.
I don't even... I want... My first instinct is to go to the Captain, Fireheart, but considering what we saw from Ray Shade, he is in no state of mind to be helpful at all.
Oh, I forgot another 2 names.
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
My bad.
No, not Tarika. Leave her alone.
Here and tricks.
Dizzy. Dizzy. Neva.
Ah.
Oh.
So, half of the crew of the Wintermorn are here as well.
If anyone is
Only
going to
half.
anyone's going to have obtained some of their self, it might be that Neva from the Wintermorn. Or should we just try and find Lyndall? And they're new here. They might whatever is going on might not have happened to them yet.
It's been less than a few hours since they got arrested, so yes, Lyndall first.
Don't like leaving so many friends around here.
We don't have to leave them, but
It's true.
there's no point in talking to them. Riche was actively unhelpful, actually.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's go find Lyndall.
Is this information being relayed to us as well?
Yeah, we might as well have just turned comms
Yeah.
on as we're listing
Yeah,
the
I'm
names.
guessing open comms has been roughly established.
Trix, can you scan for the Wintermorn in the area?
Ooh.
I can try.
Do me a computers check.
Heebie-jeebie roll. Ooh, no, that's a 10.
You don't detect a transponder with the Wintermore.
Can't find anything. But then again, if Jinx isn't there, unfortunately, we could have just left him on the planet side. Then I guess he'd be with the ship.
But without an engineer, though.
I've got a bad feeling about this. I'm gonna go and warm up the guns.
Yes, I think. Be ready for our call. I don't know what we're going to do, but something will happen soon.
If we're lucky, we're half a step ahead. If we're lucky.
She's gonna like grab your shoulder for a moment and like take a deep, cooling, tantric breath, just like.
We'll see Lyndall. If they've got answers, we'll know what to do from there. If not, we'll try and get our friends out of here as much as we can.
This whole island, if ever there was evidence that the scale was behind this, I see it now.
There is nothing else that would tie these desperate group of people together other than us. It's pretty scary.
Yeah. So, let's go.
Go where exactly?
To Lyndall's room.
As you make your way outside, you move around the building towards Lyndall's room, getting closer to the music. As you turn the corner, you see 3 goblins, all practicing with musical instruments. They pause for a moment and discuss the points where they needed to improve. Criticism, constructive, helpful, and pointing out the highlights of their performances, respectively, before they finish and start to set up to start again.
Not all these changes were bad, it seems.
No, something is horribly wrong here. Quick, let's not let them notice us.
No, let's just keep on going. They're like double taking, walking away from us. I guess they're being helpful to each other, which is weird enough.
The interns, she hops on the comms. They're polite.
No!
They're talented.
Not the intern!
You make your way to Lyndall's room, and it is a datapad on the door essentially indicates that the room is currently locked.
Well, let's have a look inside, shall we? Can I try and engineering the door open, or computers check the door?
Yeah, either or.
The door is the question I'm looking to do.
Hacking for the computers, engineering if you just want to try and jimmy the lock.
I'm gonna try and see if I can bypass the security. It's 19.
Yeah. Was that computers or engineering? Sorry, I wasn't. There we go.
Oh,
Computers.
Computers.
You try for a few moments when it just kicks you back to the front screen where it's like this room is locked. At this moment, a drone flies close to you, and it's like, "Can I be of any assistance?"
Yes, hello. We're here to visit Lyndall.
Oh, I'm afraid Lyndall is undergoing his initial examination at the moment.
Understood. We will simply find a nice place to wait for him then.
May I recommend the community center? There's a number of facilities there, food, drink, and entertainment if you wish to wait.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Is that near where the examination's happening?
There's a few other buildings in that area, but everything's relatively local.
Okay. Just so we know we're nearby.
All right. Peace be upon you. And it's drones off, flies off, whatever drones do.
Now we head for the examination room. Because we saw that on the map.
Oh, is it on the map?
Yeah, you saw the examination room, the
okay,
community center, and the commissar.
Oh,
Did
sorry.
anybody Google that for me?
Commissary is a
It's there, isn't it?
lunchroom.
Yeah, go on.
Oh,
Prisoners
okay.
buy food and things, and they can buy luxuries and things like that as well.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Cigarettes,
Cheers.
ramen, soap.
Tactical nukes.
So you're heading for the examination.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You've arrived at the examination room. The door is sealed. And the message on the datapad, it's all very high-tech around here, reads examination in progress.
I feel like we need to try and get in there and help them as best we can.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get past their systems before. Maybe I can just try and open the door. Can I try again for the door?
Yeah.
An engineering check. 31.
You managed to find a flaw in the edge of the door where a panel can be lifted off. A quick shorting of a couple of wires, and the door slides noiselessly open, revealing a examination table, a desk, a chair, filing cabinet, a privacy curtain, a couple of cupboards stocked with various medical apparatus, examination only. There's no drugs or operating material here. It's also totally vacant.
What's behind the privacy screen?
A wall.
Ah, boo.
We've broken into, she's on the comms, the examination room, but Lyndall, nor doctor, nor drone is nowhere to be seen.
Get out before the door locks behind you.
Ah! Yeah, but we'll run to the exit.
I'm just gonna say there was a computer on the desk.
Yes.
Can I go and access that and see if I can get any information?
Make me a computers check.
Okay. 17.
The only, it's got two functions. One is password protected. The other is just daily notes, calendars, but nothing of interest is on there. You know, it's more of a to-do list. It's like, a schedule for everybody else's appointments. Neva's started about an hour ago. Lyndall started 2-3 hours ago.
But there's no one here. Is there another examination room?
Is there any kind of... Does the bed flip upside down to an underground area or something?
Make me a perception check.
It's 26. It's all or nothing with Flimsy today.
You notice towards the southern wall, one of the floor tiles is raised.
I'll walk over to Yiva. There's nothing I can see in here, and kind of like nod towards the panel, and then maybe leave the building, and we should get on comms and let them know.
I think definitely. We need to get down there, right?
We're gonna go in, or are we gonna bring the crew? I feel like we'd be putting a big target on our head if we went in with the ship, though.
I'd say both at the same time. We go in, they drop. What do you guys think as she talks to Yogi, everyone on the comms?
Wait, you want us to drop now?
We go down, save Neva, and then whoever else we can.
Something's not right here, and if we drop in, that's a one-way trip essentially. We can't pull it again. We can't keep dropping in and out. Once we've shown our hand and revealed the ship, all hell is going to break loose.
Do we know how long it would take them to get here with this maneuver?
Who?
The Fool's Gold to get to Yiva and Flimsy.
Depending on how close Trix cuts it, it's either going to be like a minute or it's going to be 30 seconds. The minute is the engines kick in and they control descent down to the ground. 30 seconds is they fail to reignite the engines and hit the ground like a dot.
All right, Flimsy, let's go down.
Cool. Aye.
If we don't, we'll radio back in 15 minutes. Save yourselves.
No, we drop.
Yo, come and get us in 15 minutes.
Right. Okay, yeah.
I'd like to think that we were watching on like a screen, like Alien style. Like a body cam or something.
We've got the timer going, guys. It's go time.
I assume you've been meandering around to make it look like you're not just hanging out at this facility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why you discuss this?
Fly casual.
As you move back towards the examination room, you're going in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You notice two individuals break from a nearby tree line and move towards you, running low, ducked towards the ground.
Do you recognize them?
Yes.
Ooh.
Well.
Oh, great, Jinx is here.
We'll
The
point out
greatest
that
pilot in the galaxy.
He still doesn't know which one is his opposite.
I say Yeva will nod her head, follow us into the examination room so we can shut the door behind us.
Yeah.
Okay.
The doors, they come in.
Well, surprised to see you here, but I can't say that it's unwelcome.
Is that Nimlith or Jinx?
Nimila. Jinx is quiet, just observing.
Mute as always. Glad to see you here. We noticed Nevia. We think we found where she's at. She should be down here. And she points at the panel.
I mean, what's the plan?
We're going down. Flimsy, open it up.
I mean, beyond that, just wait a moment.
Lindsay's got his crowbar.
Oh, right. The Fool's Gold is up above, waiting to drop in when need be. Don't worry. We've figured out that part of things.
I mean,
These two armed, by the way?
They are armed.
Cool.
Lucky.
We've been around this facility. We're not down there. We weren't aware, but there's literally nowhere else they could be hiding anything.
Perfect.
What? Who grabbed you guys?
Neither and Dizzy went into a town to make a deal. When they failed to check in, we've been trying to find them ever since. A few days ago, we managed to track them down to here. Figured we'd plan a good old-fashioned jailbreak.
Same story our side.
But there's nowhere else on this island they could be, but there's not really been any other resistance on this island, which leads me to suggest that it's all down there. If this is going to be a jailbreak, I suggest that we go in prepared. How are you for weapons?
Flimsy will clench his fists with sparks. This is about it.
And as you do that, nothing. No sparks.
Oh, son of a... Keep trying to clench his fist to see if he can get the spark.
I've got my magic. She looks at Nimlith. Any problems there?
Shouldn't be, but I mean, what happened to the rest of your crew?
They're up above in
the Fool's
ship?
Gold. I mean, why not bring them now?
That's what I said. She looks at Flimsy.
Well, what's your plan to get out of here?
Well, we're just after Neither and Dizzy. We were going to leave the same way that we got in. Aquatic.
Oh, scuba gear.
More or less.
Yeah, that's a good plan. I like it.
The thing is, that'll be for me, Neither, Dizzy, and Jinx here.
Well, yeah, you can see I've not got a tank on my back. It was vetoed, but we've got an exit craft. But if we're going in and we're going to make a noise, we may as well do that now, I guess.
Well, yeah, but once we go in, we're going to want to go in heavy and hard, and then get out just as quickly. If we do this half-baked, I don't think any of us are going to get out alive.
Oh no, the crew of the Fool's Gold never do anything half-baked.
Sorry, that's the GM laughing, not Neva.
Yeva will turn on comms with the rest of the crew. We've made contact with the remaining two of the Wintermorn. We're ready to go down. I think it's best if you join us now and bring our weapons.
Are you telling the other prisoners to do anything while this is all going on?
We haven't even made contact with any of them.
Yeah. We should probably maybe, if it's we've got like a minute, haven't we? I guess, or we've got time to do it now before they do it. Should we see if they'll be amenable to coming with us? I don't know if they're going to be how far gone they are. If they're going to rat on us if we try to get them out of here. Maybe we could try and have a cautious word with one of them.
What do you guys think?
Just get them all to bunch up communally and we can herd them on like freaking deep breath.
Okay.
We'll get them all to the community center if you can land near that.
I'll either be landing near it or on it.
All right.
Or in it.
We'll get to work.
Tricks, drop the beat.
Play the music. Jared, it's go time, and I drop.
You're still making a coffee.
As you begin your descent, it's eerily quiet. I'm assuming you're just cutting the engines, free falling.
Yeah, but that's why I said that we need the music, because it needs to be both epic and, cutting the engines and silently crashing towards the earth isn't as fun or interesting.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. It's you've never really experienced reverse gravity on board a ship. It's always pulling you down or floating around. This is more, you're getting left behind by the ship as it falls away from you. That feeling on a roller coaster where the bottom drops out of your stomach is oh so very real. Jahir, did you have time to strap yourself into something, anything?
Well, I was in the weapons area, wasn't I? So I assumed I was be sitting in a seat.
And it's a good while as you're just falling. There's no roar of the engines. There is nothing, just the light flickering up past the windscreen as you descend through the clouds. The horizon comes into view. Make me a piloting check. Jahira, computer check with a +4 if you use a serum, a +2 if you just go off Flimsy's advice, although Flimsy's advice did say drink the serum.
Yeah, I'm going to chug it.
That was very nearly a 17, but it's a 22.
So 12. Oh, +3, so no, it's a 13. So
God, I get falling like an anvil. Hold my hand, Eva.
No, it's a 12. You put in a +4, but you're a -1 in computers, not
I thought
natural.
I thought the potion removed the untrained.
No, it allows you to attempt them untrained. It doesn't make you any better at them, it just allows you to try it. Although it does give you a slight bonus, it gives you a +2 bonus, which was already factored in. As you're falling, you hear you're struggling to remember all of the instructions that Flimsy gave you, and you're sort of like clawing at the air as you're trying to read these notes.
The notes flying off from the gravity.
And Tricks, you're struggling from where you are to reignite the engines. You do have a little bit of glide. You begin to aim the fool's gold for the water. You don't want to leave too big of an impact, not on top of your crew at least. And just
This is all planned.
And just as you reach the water, the engines kick in, water sprays up, and you skim around at water level, having very narrowly, avoided hitting the ground.
Oh my god.
Oh, I made it! They made it! Oh my
Of course we made it.
lactose. Good lord.
It's no fun if it's easy.
Did any drones notice our descent?
Things have started to take notice. Most of the facility doesn't seem to be on high alert. You managed to bypass the heat sensors and avoid detection that way. However, there are a number of these smaller drones starting to swarm the ship. They don't seem to be combative. They're sort of like, you have entered a restricted area. Please leave immediately. Gaither. Flimsy, make me persuasion, diplomacy or bluff checks. Or intimidate, but I don't think you want to intimidate the...
No, I'm going to throw up a charming
Ours?
veneer. Just try and make myself seem calm and tranquil and agreeable.
There are even better activities on the ship. Come on.
22.
19 from Flimsy.
No, you have. Are you selling this as a day trip excursion for good behavior, or are you trying to convince them that you're there to rescue them, or what are you saying?
I think it's like she'll follow Flimsy's lead. Like, all right, everyone, we've been given permission to take you on a little joyride. Because that seemed the best tactic with Riche earlier, just to like go along with whatever she was saying. But yeah, please come this way, so that we can properly escort you to the trip.
Your next
You've
destination.
managed to convince everybody, apart from one. Out of a list of names, one of the guests is not present. Ishvario Fireheart, no, as well as Lyndall and Neva. But you can assume where Lyndall and Neva are. Fireheart is not present.
Have we seen them at any point?
You've not seen them? No, not yet. You've barely explored this place, and it's like, okay, it's go time.
We're like getting mind mulched as we speak. We need to get a move.
Yeah, if he's a big time captain, he might be with Neva and Lyndall as well, or held elsewhere.
We'll keep an eye out for him inside and hope for the best, I guess.
All right, I mean, we could try and check his room real quick. Otherwise,
Yeah, it's a good shot actually. I keep forgetting we've got a map of this place.
Are you checking the rooms, or are you going down? What's the plan here? You guys are in control.
Has the Fool's Gold landed?
Oh yeah, the Falls Gold landed fairly quickly, and then you herded most of them aboard. It's just as you were counting these people off, Fireheart wasn't present.
So maybe as getting equipment back into holsters and stuff. We should probably have a quick run over to the to check Fireheart's room. He's the only one we've not seen.
Where is it? I'll go.
perfect.
Yeah, we'll swipe over. Is it a holographic map we've got, or anything, or is it just a?
Took a picture of it at the
Sure.
very least.
You managed to trick you know which building it is.
Point towards
Cool.
it. It's not that far away.
Be sure to lock the doors, Flimsy, and I sprint off.
You sprint off to Fireheart's room, and as you approach the door, it glides open, and you can see like Fireheart in front of a Trivid computer, just playing a game.
Yo, Captain.
Oh, hi, Trix.
Come
I
on,
heard.
we're going out.
Okay, I'm good, thank you.
We've got a fully functioning hollow suite on deck. love
Yes,
it.
but this game has all my progress, and I've just unlocked a new tractor.
So you have. Here, let me save it to the cloud real quick. You can play it on board. Come on.
But yeah, I'm comfortable here, and it'd be a bit of a waste if I just sat on board the ship and played the video game. I might as well play the video game from here. I'm quite comfortable. Thank you.
I know, but you've got to get in your daily mandatory exercise. Come on, come on.
That's a good one.
Make me a bluff check with. Can I give you 2 plus 2.
26.
Nice.
I suppose I should get out and see at least the sun sometime today.
We should, and for your back chatting, you were gonna jog there. Come on.
And they start to jog after you. And you have the rest of the guests aboard the Fool's Gold.
Lock it.
Jinx and Nemilith are sort of like, come on, we gotta go. This ain't gonna last forever.
Whilst Trix was corralling Fireheart, could Flimsy have done a check over to make sure the engines that we are able to take off again after the impact? Well, it didn't impact, did it? So I guess it's fine.
The ship, you'd give a courtesy, so like run through the ship, just checking everything is still in place. That was some maneuver. Everything is fine.
Cool.
The only thing that you can find that's out of place is a broken mug, and you're not entirely sure whether that was there already and somebody else hasn't cleaned it up, or whether that was new breakage. But now isn't the time.
Where am I going to find a new mug? Yeah. And we're going to run back to the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Locked and loaded.
All right. Now everyone turns to the guests. Please stay on board. We're going to go and collect the last few guests, but for now we're going to close the airlock, and you are all to stay here and take lunch from Zobin, who, like, I don't know where
Zobin walks out of their room, and it's like, are we in a dogfight again? I don't know what is going on.
Zobin, would you kindly feed all of these good people?
Okay. I mean,
Show them the holly deck. Give them some food.
They've all got different tastes. It's quite the challenge. You'll enjoy it.
Don't open any of the airlocks, whatever you do.
Oh, okay. Right, yes. Alright, this way, and he starts wandering into the cargo bay because that's where his food cart is. And starts setting up to cook for everybody. And it's all like, you guys owe me so much for this.
I like how it's becoming more and more convincing that this is actually a day trip for these guys.
So you lock up the ship. You double lock the ship to make sure that, you know, nobody can get out.
Yeah, usually no one can get in. This time it's to make sure no one can get out. Sorry, Zobin.
And you make your way with Jinx and Nemilith to the examination room. You press the floor panel, and the wall slides to one side, and a set of stairs descend into the ground.
If this was just a
Thin
cover,
air.
we'd
Where
look
else
so
would it
stupid.
descend into? It descended into thin air. No, it descended into the ground. The stairs descend into the ground.
It's a really fancy broom cupboard. Plan's gone bad, guys. We need to get out.
Trap was a trap.
Wasn't what we thought it was.
Well, whoever invited us here, Miss Renevaya, is most likely waiting down below.
You see medical, clinical tiling on the floor when you reach the bottom of the stairs. It's a 30-foot by 10-foot room. It feels more like a reception than a room in itself. Across the way, you see a set of double doors that seem to lead deeper into whatever this is. I am manically trying to do some paperwork. Okay, so discuss amongst yourselves a plan as I set things up over here.
I don't think we're going to get away with playing the visitors card. I think we should just go in and... These guys have played heavy with us and everyone we've ever met. Maybe it's time that we all went a bit banana.
Right. Kill all enemies, save all friends.
The hero's way. Not that we're heroes.
It might also make sense if we have time to collect evidence. If it truly is the adamant scale, then we need to prove their existence to the rest of the galaxy.
Yes. I don't know who we'd show it to now that Fireheart's the gamer rather than whatever captain role they used to have. But
I mean, we could just start recording.
Keep all our comms on record and collect anything we can find along the way.
Good
Hey
sound.
guys, coming to you live from a hidden laboratory underneath a prison complex.
The only camera I have is on my personal comm, so I'd have to hold that the whole time.
No, it's fine. I fight one-handed anyway.
All right.
Are there any cameras in this area?
Make me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
And of course, we can have Jinx make himself useful for once. Record everything, Jinx.
That's 15. Oh yeah, I noticed the Jinx thing here suspiciously not on the map.
I need to double check that at some point whether they're supposed to be involved in this or not. It's not abundantly clear, but they're around should things arise.
They should be opening all doors and walking into every room first, I believe. For Neva, off you go, go on.
Flimsy, there doesn't seem to be any electronics in this room per se. It's just plain old double door. It doesn't even seem to be sort of like motion censored like most of the rest of the doors in this place. There's a panel to the left of it that will sort of like trigger the opening of the door.
It was to see whether or not they could see us coming, essentially.
You didn't see any cameras or anything like that.
Let's go then, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Can I investigate this panel?
Looks like it's a door panel.
Activate the door panel then, I guess.
I'm gonna draw my lens laser pistol.
Yeah, does it look like it's working?
What, the door panel?
No, the pistol.
Oh, the pistol is fine. Everything that went through an EMP field in the transporter is currently not working.
Oh.
But everything else is fine. So, yeah.
These walls either side, or can we just not see?
Pardon?
Are these walls left and right, or can we just not see what's there?
They're walls left and right. You're essentially in a very small box at the moment.
Okay.
Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Door panel time.
Pistol drawn.
Go for it.
All right. And so, Flimsy, you walk up to the door panel
Mm-hmm.
and press it.
Mm-hmm.
Either Jahir, Trix, and Flimsy. Make me perception checks.
8.
25.
28.
Oh no, 24.
Trix, as Flimsy reaches out to push in the door panel, you hear the telltale signs of a click. A trap has just been activated. Flimsy removes his hand. The trap goes off.
Did everybody move?
Flimsy said he wanted to investigate the panel, damn it, GM. Just cruel. Cool.
So everybody backs a little bit away from Flimsy.
Mm-hmm.
Flimsy, I assume you don't take your hand off the panel.
No, I will warn everybody. I had a look at the panel, but apparently I didn't see anything. So, but I heard a noise. Everyone, please back off.
No, Trix heard the noise.
Oh, Trix heard it. Okay.
Flimsy, don't take your hand off. Don't take it off.
Is everyone backed away? I guess
As much as I
is there
can
room to
up the
back away?
stairs.
Yeah.
I mean, Jahir's right there with you. Actually, sorry, Flimsy, you should be there because
Okay.
door panel.
Here, get back. It's whatever is going to happen. It's going to happen near these doors.
Well, can I take over while you investigate what's going on?
Oh, can you press it and then I'll do like a check?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite cool. Is that doable?
I'm gonna want a sleight of hand from both of you.
That's very cool.
But yeah, if you can.
Why would it be sleight of hand? Wouldn't it be like acrobatics or? We're not trying to hide something, are we? I'm just physically trying to apply.
I'll take an acrobatics. I'll take an acrobatics. It's just one of the things. It's like the trap always goes off as soon as the players screw up. I figured I'd try something different, where you're aware that the trap is there by the sound of it going off or the sound of it activating. Now you got to figure out what you're doing to take care of it now that it's active.
14.
Yeah, as Flimsy moves her hand away, they're a bit preemptive about it, but Jahir, you manage to get your hand in place and on the panel. There's a slight depression to it, but the trap has not gone off.
This is fun. Right, do your thing, Flimsy.
It's like just sweat pouring off Flimsy's face.
I'm gonna follow Trix's lead and move into the corner here. Actually, I don't know if it'll be any better, but at least she's got a wall that feels.
Is it an engineering check to check traps? I don't actually know. I've dealt with many traps.
Make me an engineering check.
I'll see if I can work out what this thing is attached to. It's a 23.
There's a wire leading. Oh, there's two wires leading out the bottom of the door panel. One of them runs straight into the ground. One of them runs from the floor of the door panel to the frame of the door. The one into the door you assume is controlling the door. The one running into the floor you're bamboozled at. Seems to be that it will do something in the immediate area or on the floor.
The wires are leading into the floor. Yiva and Trix, you might want to go back to the stairs again. I don't know how far this thing's going to go.
I wedge something into this switch to keep it depressed, or
Got some tape, right?
Some gum.
You could, but then how are you going to let go of the door panel to actually get the door open? Essentially, once you...
I rope to it.
Yeah. I mean...
Flimsy's got rope.
So you're wanting to put something in there, like a screwdriver, to keep it depressed, tie a rope to the screwdriver, back up, and then yank out the screwdriver, setting off the trap, but everybody's far enough away that it won't affect you.
Up to 100 feet if we can do the full length of the rope.
You don't need to go
Meanwhile,
that
back at the ship.
You don't need to go that far, but okay. Is that the plan?
All I can come up with at the moment. I didn't even come up with it. Jahir came up with it. It's all Jahir can come up with at the moment.
So yeah, Jahir, you'd need a screwdriver or something like that to wedge the button in place.
I've got a manual toolkit. What is that?
Yeah, there will be a screwdriver in there.
Crowbar, hammer, rake,
I've got a
saw,
spade.
shovels. Christ, how big is this toolkit? Mining pick, sledgehammer, shovel. I do a bit of
What
gardening
kind
on
of
the side.
toolkit is that? It seems like you're the handyman who joined all handymans. Need a mine digging? Sure, I got a pickaxe for that. Need a light bulb changing? Sure, I got tools for that.
The trick is they're all really tiny.
Cool.
So, Jahir, make me an athletics check.
Is this 16?
16, you jam that screwdriver in there good and proper, and you test it lightly, taking your hand off the panel, but it doesn't seem to give as you...
Yeah, no. Oh, it's fine.
You look over at Flimsy, half tempted just to pull the screwdriver now and hope that he gets caught in blast.
Fancy playing a little game, Flimsy? Right, Flimsy, go. I'll attach the rope. Or you can attach the rope, but you go and then I'll clear when everyone's out.
Yeah, Flimsy will help tie in the rope and lead up the stairs, maybe.
Yeah.
Put shield out facing downstairs in case there's some sort of blast.
I'm not going to make you make any further checks for this. You tie off the rope cable to the screwdriver. Everybody clears the immediate area. As Flimsy could already analyze, it's going to affect the ground down there. You both retreat to the top of the stairs, or to the stairs with Yavler and Trix. You give a yank on the cable, the screwdriver comes loose, the button comes out. Out of the floor, these tiny little, very small pins, you don't even think you'd notice them if you stepped on them, come out of the floor, and then just throughout the entire area, electricity just arcs for a good couple of seconds before these pins drop back down ever so slightly. And the doors open. To be revealed next week. Thank you for joining us this week. I have been and will continue to be Kyron Rossmore. You can usually find me back here on Mondays, leading the crew of the Fool's Gold in the stream that we call All That Glitters Explodes. But in the meantime, you can also find me over on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Kyron Russmore, where I play a variety of games, currently playing through Pillars of Eternity and Alien Isolation. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, go check out my schedule on my channel for further details, although I do need to update those details. And yeah, that about covers me. So over to you, Flimsy.
Hello, I'm JStation64. You can find me on my Twitch channel on Thursday playing No Man's Sky with the new mech update with combat that only Flimsy could dream of. You can usually find me Saturday mornings playing Red Dead Redemption 2 as we're finishing off the story, but there will be no stream this week as I am required elsewhere. And then back on to next Monday for more Flimsy adventures.
Hi everyone, I am Crifu Bernal. You can find me online everywhere at Crifu Bernal. You can also find me this Wednesday for the second episode of Wrath and Rolls, a Pathfinder 2e Wrath of the Righteous actual play that I've just started over at the Capricorn Cross. So that starts at 19 o'clock, 7 p.m. GMT over there on Wednesday.
I'm
Trix.
Crate Commissions, aka Trix. I do artsy things across the various social media platforms under Crit Commissions.
I'm RetroTed. You can find me on twitch.tv/RetroTed. We will be playing our part 4 of the game I can't remember, Baldur's Gate 2, on Wednesday and Thursday, and then on Friday on the Manapot Studios we will be playing the Happy Hour EU version. We'll be playing the Expanse RPG. I'll be taking Hexgrid Heroes and a few other stumbled in members through space adventure.
Very excited.
All right, just as a bit of an advance heads up, there will be no All That Glitters Explodes on the 7th of March.
There will also be none on the 8th.
There'll also be none on the 8th, but you expect us on the 7th, and we won't be here. We're taking a break on that week just to take care of some business. We are also coming up to the end of the second season, as this is sort of like the final chapter of book 2. At the end of the second season, we will be taking a break. This one might be a little bit longer than we were initially expecting. Announcements on the whys and wherefores, and when we'll be back will of course be posted on the Manapots Discord, as well as around various social medias, and also we'll be announcing the smeg out of it on our own channels when we're back. But yeah, so next week we're here, then we're off for a week, and then if there's still more content, we'll be back for a couple of weeks after that. We are going to raid out to somebody this evening, so if you'd like to join us there, that would be appreciated. If not, hope you have enjoyed the stream and have a good time zone wherever you are. And until next time, chatty bye.
Bye.